Hey there, Yuri and baby here in my studio slash nursery. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a video all about how to manifest and goal set into an amazing 2022. In this video, I'm going to be using this Dream, Aspire, Manifest Vision Board Planner. This is something that I actually developed last year. I sell it on my Etsy shop. I've gotten great feedback, so we're going to go at it again this year. I've made it a couple updates, and I'm going to show you guys step by step how to create a vision board that actually works. So whether you're into manifestation or goal setting, this will work for you. So let's go ahead, set the vibe, light a candle, and we're going to dive right into the steps. So before we begin, you'll need something to write with, like a pen and paper, a journal, or type something into a Word doc. Of course, I'm using my vision board planner, but any of these other options are fine if you don't have that. And now it is time for step one, which is dream big. For the first part of this step, you're going to review your previous year. You're going to reflect upon things that were bad, that you didn't really do so well with, reflect on some things that were good. So this is important in order for you to really hone in on how you can improve for this current year. Next, you're going to think of your 5-year plan. You're going to think where you ideally would like to see yourself 5 years from now. You know, do you have a family? Do you have a home? Are you living abroad? You want to think big picture, things like that. The sky is the limit. And once you finish that, you're going to go ahead and back it up and think where you see yourself 3 years from now. Next, you're going to brain dump your ideal life a year from now. And this 1 year brain dump is also a lead up to your 3 and 5 year plans. Now, step 2 is write your aspirations. This can include travel plans, activities, habits, routines, and this can also include your big picture goals for this year as well. Once you brain dump those items, you're going to then sort them into different buckets. The 4 different buckets I recommend are goals, activities, routines, and desires. Once you split everything into buckets and define your goals from your ambitions, next to each of those categories, you're going to write words and images that will help visually represent what these things could be. This is an important step from turning what you have been writing so far into something that can actually go on your vision board. You could stop here, but I like to take this all a step further to help me truly manifest what I want, which brings us to step number 3, manifest your vision. This step starts with you choosing a word or a phrase of the year. I like to think of something that describes how I'd like to feel or how I'd like to focus on achieving what I want for the year. In the next section, you're actually going to get specific and define each goal. If money is involved, you're going to write down the specific quantities. If there's a timeline or ideal season, you're going to write that. Think of this as a SMART goal, which is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. I'll be touching upon that in another video, so be sure to stay tuned if you're interested. This next part is actually my favorite exercise, and I've been doing this for years. I call it writing a future letter to yourself. I describe my life on a specific day, and I mention how I'm grateful for everything that has happened this year, and I list all the things that I want to come true. So everything that I've just written down, I like to write in a letter form that reads kind of like a journal. I always type mine out and save it to a folder, and I reread them in the future. With this actual vision board planner, you can type in any of the sections directly into the document, and this is a good way to save paper too. Alright guys, it's time for the 4th and final step, which is create your board. Now the fun really begins. The first thing you're going to do is decide if you're going to use any categories or themes when you're creating your vision board. These could be generic themes like home, career, spiritual, money, etc. Or you could even get creative and use alliteration like family, faith, finances, fitness, friends. Keep going, you can have fun with it. After that, you're going to choose your actual vision board format. Your vision board does not have to come on the standard poster board if you don't want it to. You can frame them up as pictures, you can create a vision board journal, you can even do it digitally. This year, I'm creating a magnetic vision board. That way I can change it throughout the year if I need to. After this comes an essential step that I think a lot of people miss out on. You're going to sketch out your layout ideas. This is essential because it helps you go in with a plan so you don't get overwhelmed, and it can result in a more aesthetically pleasing vision board, which is something I know we are all after. After sketching out your vision board, you're going to go back to that page where you wrote out your goals and your different ambitions and the words or images that best connect with them, because it's time to search for those images online. My go-tos are definitely Pinterest and Google, and I like to save all of these images to a specific folder just for this year's vision board. For this year, I'm also using my money manifest checks. These are affirmation checks that I created and sell on my Etsy shop. Here you see me typing out the date, and then I'm just using the space bar to shift it over. I'm filling out all of my information, and I'm writing out everything like a check would be to make it as real as possible. In the memo section, I make sure to write specifically where that income is going to come from, and then I like to sign it if it's from the company. Sometimes I'll even sign it the universe. After that, it's time to save all of your images to a specific document. The go-tos are typically Canva. You can also use Keynote and get creative by sending items to the back and pasting items on front in order to help crop it. My go-to program is InDesign. This is actually where I create all of my printables as well. This is also how I made mock-ups of my YouTube and Etsy banners that are a photoshopped effect of the numbers I want to see for this year. So I wanted to quickly show you all of the supplies I'm planning on using for my vision board this year. Cardstock and kind of some muted tones that I'm planning on using as these backgrounds behind these images that I have on here. These are actually the pictures that I just printed out on photo paper. You see I have some of my banners, like my Etsy banner, my YouTube banner, my Instagram banner for my Etsy shop, and I've kind of photoshopped the kind of numbers that I would like for each of these. And then also some more cardstock paper that I have. I don't know if I'm going to use any colored paper this time. Here's my final money manifest checks that are specific to the goals that I have this year. This is one of my label makers. I'm planning on writing some words or some specific details out on these, and I think it would be a cool aesthetic to go on top of these kind of backgrounds. And of course, glue stick, scissors. I have this cutter, which I'll probably use for these photos. And yeah, you don't need all of these supplies. You definitely don't need this or any cardstock, but I like to have fun and get creative with it. So I'd like to show you, some of that inspiration so you can see that the sky is really the limit. And I don't think I showed you guys, but this is actually going to be the vision board for this year. This is a magnetic board that I already had. Got it from Marshall's, I want to say, a few years back. I have these small magnets, and I have them actually in 3 different sizes. 2 of them are smaller. I'll be sure to link these magnets down below in case you're interested and want to kind of do a magnetic vision board of your own. Here is an overview of all of my images. I printed out the photos at various sizes to create a kind of collage effect once they're cut, and then on the desk I group them by aspiration, themes, goals. You can even group them by colors so that they're somewhat organized when you go to actually design your board. Alright, are you ready for the big reveal? So first, I want to show you all the planning that went into this vision board. Obviously, it doesn't have to be this extensive. This is just how I like to do it to ensure that my vision board is effective. I also wanted to show you what my initial sketch was for my vision board so you can see how it compares to my overall design. And this is my 2022 vision board. You can see my word of the year is cultivate, and throughout the board I have different words that mean something to me in specific areas as well. I chose to focus my board around my 4 main goals and then have my ambitions sprinkled within. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like it, subscribe, and share this video to help others as well. And in the comments below, let me know what your word of the year is or your phrase. I'm definitely interested to know, to see if we're all kind of on the same page and to see where everyone's mindset is going into 2022. If you're interested in a free vision board layout inspiration cheat sheet, I'll be sure to link that down below. Down below, I'll also have links for the items mentioned in my Etsy shop, which is the Dream Inspire Manifest Vision Board Planner, as well as the Manifest Money Affirmation Checks, which do come in multiple colors. And because you are a viewer, you can use the code YouTube in my Etsy shop for 15% off. And that's all for today, guys. Be sure to like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Until then.